Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm actually semi-prepared today. I've already sent out my link on Facebook. I guess I could do Twitter real fast. Let me do that. Um, Actually, I won't worry about it. So, today, as you can see, slightly different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... What's up, DJ? What I'm going to do is I'm going to first do gesture drawing like I typically do to start my stream off, and then after I finish up gesture drawing for like 20 minutes, I'll probably spend like 15-20 minutes, maybe a little longer than that, doing what's up, Coop? What's up? But I'll probably spend a little bit of time after that doing stuff from imagination because my instructor, the Lord and Savior Mark Brunet, he kind of urged me to start doing that a little bit more. I've been kind of waiting to do that because I wanted my fundamentals to be good. So, without further ado, I don't know why my setup is the way it is. Okay, it's better. Let's get started on some gestures. I actually want to do, sorry guys, I'm going to do a 4K screen. Yeah, let's do that. Now, if I can get this down, and I can do a pretty decent job of drawing and creating bodies from imagination. Once I get that down, I'll probably start doing a comic at some point. Heidi, what's going on? I can 1000% draw a head from imagination. It's not 1000% accurate, but it's pretty close. Especially a bald head. Alright. Especially my bald head. Alright, select this folder. Cool. Mike, you ever just do your regular routine in life and then an idea hits you when you're... Yeah, 100%. That's how your brain works, actually. Mark Brunet has a great video on this, but your brain actually works like you need to take breaks. Like if you're constantly thinking about stuff to like improve on your art or your stories or something like that, your brain doesn't have time to like relax, and we only have so much time within a day that we can really be creative before our brain's capacity to be creative starts to dwindle. Sorry, let me just get this situated. Okay. So it's very typical for your mind to work that way, actually. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure this is situated. Yeah, it's, the same is true of muscles, actually. I don't know what's happening with my other computer, but it's being stupid. What is going on here? Sorry, guys. Oh, I see. Let's get rid of this. Let's pull this over. Let me look at this. 1:30, 15. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure everything was set for that before I got started on the gestures. Sitting here telling people I was all proud of myself for being ready and I haven't even done anything yet. Goofy. Okay. But yeah, the same thing happens with muscles. I think people think that you get stronger by lifting weights. It's actually not true. It is, but you get stronger lifting and then allowing your body to recover because it builds itself back up stronger. The same is true of our brains. We only have a specific amount of allotted time in which we can like use our brains in a way that's super productive, and then after that time period is up, you need to rest in order for it to actually like set and for you to actually learn from it. Alrighty, let's get started. People have been asking me to also like link like the references that I'm using. I don't really know how to do that without copyright infringement. Um, or like just, I don't know, like I don't want to just show everybody Mark Brunet's work that I'm kind of using for these gestures, um, because it's his drawings and I don't have permission to show them on my stream. So I do apologize for that. At some point I'll figure out, maybe when I'm, geez, this head, oh no, I gotta make that smaller. There it goes, it's better. But at some point I'll find a way to maybe you know, do my own gestures and just continue to work off of them or something. That way I can show it, but you rip your muscles apart to let them become stronger, just like oh lordy. Alright, next. So I have 15 of these that I'm gonna draw. Then after I've done these 15, that's when I'll start doing the drawings from imagination. Gotta do a warm-up first, gotta do a warm-up. Alright. This part of the hip's actually up here, and then this one's down slightly. A real big pinch here. This is going to come out. Make the head a little bigger. I don't know what's going on with my heads, but it's alright. Let me check the chat. What? What are you, I don't know what that, oh, are you talking about like, Coop, are you talking about like for writing? Like which kind of writing I prefer? Or like, not writing, but genre? I made that neck a little too long, which is actually very hard to do, but it was. Alright, so that, oh man, yeah, that's right, that's right. cowboys are pretty fun since fantasy seems too saturated. See, the thing that so cowboys are like that kind of genre is decent, but I think there's only so many takes on that. I think fantasy you can have so many different. Well, I guess it's true about cowboys too. So maybe not. I won't talk too much, but um, fantasy is just a wider range of things. I feel, whereas cowboys just kind of one particular kind of thing. But so for instance, you can do a fantasy. You can have like a fantasy genre that includes cowboys within it. You can have space cowboys, which is what Cowboy Bebop kind of is. You can have sci-fi westerns, which would be like Vash the Stampede. You can do, fantasy sci-fi in a way, which is kind of hard to mix, and it seems like it's opposite ends of one another, but it can work. But yeah, I don't know if I would say I have like a preference on like a genre. I think that it's best to. Yeah, there you go, DJ. I think that it's best to kind of mesh things together that you enjoy. People don't really like to be creative with cowboys. They mostly do the same. That's definitely true. I mean, there's definitely much different takes. Like, I would say Cowboy Bebop, Vash the Stampede, for anime at least, Vash the Stampede. You can have, like, Cowboys versus Aliens. Stuff like that. Like, those are, like, fairly creative takes on cowboys. You can even say, like, one of the more current JoJo's like arcs is kind of cowboy-esque because they are, in the manga at least, they're kind of going across the country in a race on horseback and stuff like that, and that's like kind of evokes that kind of thing. The movie. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Nice. Alrighty. Off to the next one. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well. I don't know if I asked that already, but I always care how you're doing. Oops, that is incorrect. Oh, Chris, what's going on? Thanks for joining. Sorry, Chris. I know that we were kind of talking, but I had to. I set up the live stream and said that I was gonna join and stuff, and lost track of time a little bit. I was watching Dragon Ball. Oink, how's it going? I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Thank you. That's true, Chris. I didn't even think of it that way. That's probably why I don't like cowboy stuff all that much. I do like it, but that and Chris Pops, this dude just blew out all of the possible cowboy, like, Western type movies that we could ever have thought and dreamed of to watch, so didn't think about that part either, because that's definitely true. Wink asks if Chris lives in Texas. We do not. We are not from Texas. I can confirm that. Um, Hot weather makes people act up. It does. There's actually a lot of studies on that. Coop, that that sounds like there could be multiple meanings to that statement. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Uh, so Chris and I are brothers. We live together our entire lives, basically. I no longer live in the same state as Chris, but we are not from Texas. Uh, yeah, he left his cowboy roots to pursue a non-cowboy career, just like a fake cowboy would do. Having another family member support you is amazing. Yes, it is. Like Chris is, yeah, Chris is a great brother. He's always supporting me in my dreams, even though they're pretty crazy. And yeah, he's always been there for me, like ever since high school, basically. And he supported me throughout my entire, because I played sports my whole life too. I played football from 5 until I was in college. I played in college a few years or a couple of years. He came to a good portion of my college games, came to all my high school games. Always been super supportive. That's one thing I can never complain about, is whether or not my family supported me. I was always loved and cared about by everybody in my family. Alrighty, next gesture. Uh, what position did I play? In high school, I was like a running back, and I played corner on defense. I went to college to play corner. I also did like kick returns and stuff like that. My highlights are actually on YouTube if you ever want to look those up. I can't really, like, right now I definitely can't run. I pulled my calf the other day. But do you play sports, DJ? I can tell you my fastest ever 40 time, if you want to compare that, because right now I'm definitely not in running shape. Like, I can jog, like, I can run a mile, but I can't, like, sprint a 40 anymore. Probably will pull my hamstring if I tried that. Alright, Coop, I see you putting your hat in there. Oh, sorry, I missed your one comment. To be fair, I wasn't gonna publish it, so I can see why she said so. I missed that. I ran track in high school, and I ran 1 year in college. Chris, I think you missed the wholesome stuff I said about you just a bit ago. Yeah, Chris was really good at basketball at one point. I mean, I've never weighed that much. Oink. I was, when I was in high school, like, humble brag, I was pretty, like, ripped, but I've never been that big. I think the most I weighed when I was playing football was like 165 pounds or 160 pounds or something like that. No, I heard it. My bad playing. Oh no, you're good, Chris. I've been big but never ripped. You were like, Chris, you were like, you had an athletic build. Yeah, I didn't like the quote unquote like popular crowd in my at my school. There were a bunch of jerks. I wasn't the nicest person on the planet in high school. Like, I changed quite a bit, but I tried to treat everybody respectfully at the very least. Um, Always been metalhead. Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what I was like as a high schooler as far as like where I fit in. I just literally had my head down and was doing everything that I could to get into college. Basically, it was always very important to me. Uh, yeah, Chris was more goth. Chris used to have like, y'all probably wouldn't know anything about this because y'all are young bucks, but Chris used to have them old, what do they call it, Jenko or Janko, uh, the jeans with the chains, and he used to have one of them wallets with the chain on it too, and good times, good times. Uh, I cannot. I would not. I'm not that musically inclined, so I could not be in a rock band. But I appreciate that, Oink. I feel like that's a compliment. Mike isn't nearly as mean as I am. Well, I'm no longer like. I don't think I was ever mean. I'll put it to you that way. But I was. I wasn't a. As a kid, I wasn't like the greatest individual human being. Like, I think at this point I feel like I'm a good person now. Then I don't know if I would have said I was a good person. I think then I would have, but looking back on it, I don't think so. Good try, Coop. Oh yeah, Oink, yeah, those are pretty much the genes that he had. Alright. Chris, is that what those jeans were called, by the way? Jinko? Did I get that right? Was it Jinko or Janko? I can't remember. I just remember Mom found those for you. You were so pumped. This is when he was like 15 or something like that. Freaking almost 2 decades ago at this point. Oh, what am I saying? It is 2 decades ago, basically. It's actually funny the amount of references that I had that are Jujutsu Kaisen. I didn't even know it. Jinko, there we go. Yeah, Chris was... Sorry, Chris. Yeah, Chris was he was ruthless. Like, junior and senior year of high school, my God. Dude was a complete savage. What does Goku Black say? He's like, your efforts are for naught. What? No, what does he say? He's like, boy. I'll have to think of what the quote is in a second. You display nothing but savagery. That's exactly what it is. Oh man, this one's hard. I don't know how many times I've actually gotten this, but it is a difficult reference here. A lot of foreshortening. I think it's still going this way, and then the foot comes out, and this knee is up. You can see the bottom there. Oh no. Gotta fix that. This one goes back here, and then here. Alright, let me pause this. Nah, he wasn't doing all that. Nah, he was like, by the time Chris was a junior or senior in high school, he's actually, like, me and him are, like, really close. Yeah. And to be honest with you, Chris wasn't he wasn't a bad person as a kid either. He just, like, he didn't deal with people's crap. I was a little bit less like that. I still kind of am. I wish I stood up for myself more as a kid and as an adult, to be honest with you. Yeah, he was more so a savage to people that pissed him off. But a lot of those people deserved it. So you guys would say that people's past actions don't always matter. I don't think I don't personally believe in that. Like, I think that your past doesn't define who you are, but if you don't make reconciliation with it and the people that you, like, hurt, then I think that it kind of does, because it doesn't mean that you've really changed, right? If you feel like you actually changed, you would go back and try to make amends with the people that you wronged. Like, I spent time doing that after, like, probably, like, midway through college. There was people that I felt like I I like actually wronged in high school, and I went back and I like apologized to them actually, like over Facebook or what have you. Um, yeah, so I don't know if I would go as far as to say they don't matter, but they shouldn't paralyze you, right? It's not who you are now, but you can always go back and reconcile things that you feel like you've done wrong. And we just had to compete with everything. So yeah, yeah. Yes, I agree with that completely, Chris. Man, this is a y'all got me in here preaching today. This is a therapy session. Over here talking about all kinds of stuff. One thing I'm going to quickly change with this gesture before it moves on. I would have changed it, but I was running my mouth. It's just pulling this up just a bit. Alright. Nope. This knee is further down. Getting philosophical, yeah. A therapy stream. That would be interesting. I don't want to do that. No, not for this space. I to be honest with you, I often have thought about doing a therapy like YouTube channel. But exactly, Chris, I don't want to do that. I don't want to come home and do more related work. This is a great escape. I come home, I draw. I wonder if this is Jujutsu Kaisen as well. I feel like it is. You love me, Chris, or are you talking to Coop? And you have developed your channel around this, so you wouldn't want to attract some different people. Yeah, if I were to do something like that, I would only do it, like, I would make it a whole new channel. Yes. I'm hoping that I can, because I definitely have, Coop, I'm talking to you at this point, but definitely have some decent insight on stuff like mental health, which is why I think that doing a mental health related manga would be good. So this is the spoils of today's gesture work. What I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to get a timer for these imaginative drawings. I'm only going to give myself 2 minutes. I'm going to try to get like 8 done. The reason for that is because you want your work to be very fluid, like some of these are. Not all of them are super fluid. Like this one's slightly stiff. But and in order to do that, you have to draw quickly. Sorry, these feet are bothering me because it doesn't look like they're on flat ground. This one's good because it's behind. Yeah, I love all y'all. Love my manga mic community. So I will say this: I'm very, very happy with these gestures today. It felt good doing these. They all came out pretty good. So yeah, I think I'm ready. Well, I think it's because Coop, you accidentally held down the shift key and you made a pound sign instead of a 3. So, oh, wait a second. See? Alrighty. Now, I'm going to say this. I think that this is going to be a bit of a struggle today. Oh, by the way, oink. This right here, what I did today, that's the exercise that I was like talking about doing in Discord. Now, you shouldn't expect yourself, oink, to do it to this degree. But but what you can do is, like, for instance, if you were to do a gesture of this one, what you would want to do is something like this. Let me see here. Start thinking about where the fluidity is within a figure. It's really difficult for me to do this because I don't look at figures the same way I used to when I first started this. So there's a flow from kind of the crown of the head to here and then down. So what I might do if I was just beginning, for instance, would be something like this. Start off with a head, and then I would kind of curve down and around where the hip would be, and then I would go through and do the leg, and the leg can just be a simple line like this, and then the other leg would be something like that. And then you can do the hips, and then the shoulders. I didn't leave enough space, and this is way too big. And you would do the same with like the arms. You can do like these little circles and go something like that. This is a great, like, when you're first starting, that would be like a great 45 second to 1 minute gesture, like drawing session. And you would do that, you want to do that with, for 20 minutes, right? Every day, 15 minutes every day or every other day or something like that. and only give yourself 45 seconds to a minute, even if you don't finish. Like some of these I don't finish. Today I finished all of them, but sometimes I don't finish. Well, and that's okay. When you're doing this, when you're doing gestures, don't worry too much about the proportion. Just your main objective is to get the flow, right? Because this, I would say, is a decent gesture, but it's not to proportion like this is, and I can show you why I know that. It's probably a little more to proportion than I'm thinking it is, but if I got it to about the same size, yeah, it's a little bit more to proportion than I thought, but it's not like a perfect like replication of it. Your main objective is just to make sure you get that flow. Like you want to use as little lines as possible to be able to portray a figure. That's your goal. You don't all the other stuff comes later. And you want to get as many of these in as you can within your sessions, because the more that you do this, the more that like things that are too big or too small when you're first drawing them, it'll start to kind of fit for you. You'll start to see it more. You'll start to actually think about it when you're drawing and correct it as you're going. But that's a long process that doesn't happen overnight. All right, guys. So this is either going to go really, really well or really, really poorly. I'm like nervous about doing this. I don't really know why. Let me see if there's like a timer app or something. So, there's a clock. Oh, cool, there is. Alright, I'm going to give myself a minute and 45 seconds. Alright. Oh, I am so sorry. You are 100% correct. Guys, everybody, oops, that corner over there, please think about joining our Discord. Also, if you want, I need to start doing this again. I haven't done it in a while, but I am gonna start actually posting things to Instagram at some point in the near future. Maybe I can start that tonight. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, please do that. You can look at my Facebook page. Basically, I'm kind of just using Facebook to share kind of cool news, or I'll post my live stream on there as well for anybody who might not know that I'm getting ready to go live. But yeah, I definitely, Coop, you're right. I need to make sure I do it in my videos. I keep forgetting. Thanks for the reminder. Alrighty. Alright. First thing that I want to do is think of a pose in my head. That I typically use in streams. Alright. I got it. can't remember what the legs do. I think actually, I think this bottom half is wrong. I think that the hips are turned this way. Oof, this is rough. Alright, so I gave myself a minute and a half. I got it not 100% correct. Let me see if I can at least fix the pose to something that is feasible. And then what I'll do is I'm going to look up. Yeah, I'll have to figure something out. So I'm going to look up this reference really fast and correct it. And this is how you would learn how to draw from imagination, by the way. I did a video on it, and I haven't quite done it myself yet. But I am there now. It's this one. Ah, yeah, dude. So this is, the hips are turned much more than I had them. Okay. And the legs are way off. Other than that, though, the pose itself isn't horrible. Like, the upper body portion's not bad at all. It's this part here. So the hips go here, and then they're so turned that they actually start to foreshorten the other direction. And then here. And this knee goes back in space. And here. Okay. So that's this one. I'm going to fix this arm. This arm comes up. Perfect. So that's one. Can I? Cycle through. Okay. I'm going to minimize. Alright, Chris. Thanks for hopping on, my man. Yo, what's up? Thank you, I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, welcome. Alrighty. So let's do another one. I'm going to do one that I've done quite a few times, and it's actually in the thumbnail of this video, I think. I can't remember what I used for the thumbnail at this point, but so let's try that. See the back, and then the hips are here. This arm, I think, is coming this way. Alright. So let me look at this one really fast. I think this one came out pretty decent. Where's the mouse? There it is. Alright. Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. I just forgot to draw this foot. But yeah, that's not it's not too shabby. If anything, my brain made it a little more dynamic, which I'll take 1,000% of the time. Cool. I will take that. Next, I think it was a good idea for me to time it, actually. Where's the mouse? Mouse! Oh. I don't know why, but it got stuck over there. Alright, let's see, who's next, or what's next, I should say. Okay, let me try this pose, one of Mark's poses that he referenced. I think this shoulder's up. I think it... Is it that way? Yeah, I think so. Alright, so we get this. Hey! We got 10 likes. Thank you. So let's reset. I forgot to start the timer. That's alright though. Alright, so it's this, and then I think we get this. Alright, so when the hips are up like this leg is typically straight. No, this arm needs to go out further. This arm is down. Do this and then this knee is going to be a little higher. I think this is good. A little higher, and then it's going to come in. I've noticed something today, and that is that came out pretty good too. I'm like pretty. Hey, Brazilian, nice. Thank you for joining. I'm really sorry. I really despise when I mess up people's names. I'm gonna try it just out of respect for you. What is it? Desenho? Is that it? I'm really sorry, but thank you so much for joining. All the way from Brazil. That's awesome. So let's check this. Oops. Let's check this pose out if I can find it. Oh wow. It's not even close to the one that I was thinking of, but I think what I did was I combined two of his poses, which is fine because this is still a pose that I think works really well, right? That's so funny that my brain did that. I think my brain combined like 2 or 3 poses of his actually. But hey, it works, so we'll go with that. I'm not gonna make any corrections really. The proportions are pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna let me find the link for you, Oink. Let me see here. I know that I posted it in a past video. I wonder if it's up already. It's not there. Alright. Don't need that one up. Alright. Sorry, let me, I'm just gonna post this. So, some of these poses are, I can't really give you just a site. A great place to look is Pinterest, but I would recommend only use poses if it's a drawing, if it's a person that's a professional. Don't use poses from random artists, because a lot of people out there, even me, like I wouldn't say don't use my poses. I'm not a professional. I still have a lot of anatomy errors. But professionals like Mark Brunet, who I'm getting ready to send you the poses for, his stuff is, he's like a madman. He works tirelessly on his craft, and his stuff is always top notch. But this is free, the one I'm going to send you, if I can get the link. Oh, well. Poo. Give me 1 second. I need to find it on here, because I don't really want to. Wish I would have just done this in the first place. It would have been 5 times quicker. So, if you go to that link, that has that's a link to a bunch of downloads. So he has downloads for bodies, hands, heads, all kinds of stuff. I recommend grabbing all of that, because it's definitely worth it. Alright, what's a... What? What you talking about, Coop? There's, that's a good one too. What's the... Oh boy, what was the site that I used to use? Quick Poses. QuickPoses.com has its own, like, app for gesture drawing. It's a really good one too. I used to use that a lot. Alrighty. Alright, let me think of a... I will do this, though, because this is a little low. What is another pose that I've drawn a lot that I could do here? Alright, let me try this one. I haven't drawn this one a lot, but I think this is also in the thumbnail. I think this is probably good. I think I'm going to work on this shape a little bit. Refine it. I forgot to set my timer. Let me set my timer. Alright, so I ran out of time just a second ago. I'm going to switch some of this stuff up just a bit. Then I'm going to look at my reference. One thing I think I'm already noticing is the hips are a bit off, which is fine because it's something I still have to study. But let me look at the reference here. The good thing, I will say this, the thing that I'm proud of is these all look like bodies that could be real. So that always feels good. There's definitely, let's see. This arm's a little long. And this one over here isn't bad. It just needs to be a little more foreshortened, which is fine. Like, I'll take that. That's not that big of a deal. And this leg's a little off. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the toe up, but it's not that big of a deal. The one thing that is it? I was getting ready to say one thing that is a big deal is the balance, but he's balanced. This drawing is balanced. It's just not balanced the same way that the reference was, which is, again, this is fine. Cool. It's like a triangle on the top, and the left and right upper chest has a cool shape. Oh, this one. Oops. That shape. So, Oink, I can't answer that question for you because I think that every artist has like a different way of drawing chests. And there's no right or wrong way. You can draw a chest like this. You can even, and this is what I would recommend actually at first, start working on, here, let me back up. So if you're doing gestures, I would just recommend drawing an oval. Because that's what my brain starts with, but what you want to do is you draw an oval, and this center line here is, let me find a good reference for you that's free. Let me see here. I actually don't know if I have one, and I don't want to accidentally show something I don't mean to. But this center line right here, you can just draw this, right? I think this is perfect. The center line right there is, thank you, I really appreciate that. Sorry, I don't know if it's or, I'm really sorry, I'm bad with names. But this part right here, Oink, is, it's the sternum, so the very center of your chest cavity. This is an important landmark because it allows you to put things in like the pecs. So for instance, if I wanted to go in and draw some anatomy on this sketch that I just did, I would start here, and I know that the pec comes up and wraps up and around like this because the pec attaches to the humerus, which is this horrible drawing of a bone, but it's the bone that's in there. It attaches to that bone, and then on this side it's going to do somewhat of the same thing, but you're going to see more muscle, and it's going to pop out a bit. So yeah, and then I can add stuff like the delts, and all that good stuff. I'm not going to go into all the anatomy, but this is the starting point here. Now, if you want to learn um, I think one good way to learn perspective and to learn how to, I guess, draw things on the body in proportion to one another in a way that's easier, start with drawing like this. So just use a cube for the head, and I know that you said that you don't like cubes, but trust me, they're super helpful. So you have a cube for the head, and then you go down and you draw a cube for the chest as well. Or this is actually a rectangular prism, but you know what I mean. And then you would also draw a cube or a rectangular prism for the pelvic region. So something like that. I want to ask you, what size? So I typically use so Mark Brunet also has a brush pack that's free on his site on CubeBrush, and the size that I use is 5 typically, but it just depends on how many pixels your canvas is, how big your canvas is. Like for instance, if you're using, like, this is 4K, the current pixelation, that's why I use 5, but just the other day on stream I was doing one that was probably like, I don't know, closer to like 5K almost, so I used like a 10. So it just matter, it doesn't really matter too much. You just gotta be aware of how big your thing is. You don't want to have a pen that's too big, because you won't be able to see details, and you want to be able to see the details. Yeah, 2's fine. It just, again, like for me right now, 2 would be, that's too thin. I can't really see that on this particular canvas. I mean, I could probably go to a 4 or even a 3. I think 3 would probably work. Yeah, 3's probably good for me. But yeah. And so, and what you want to do is with this, you want to always find your center lines in these cubes and rectangular prisms. So this is a good start, but when you're doing gestures, I would recommend just using oval shapes and stuff, like for the head and for the chest, and just finding those. This is a small chest, but finding those center lines. And the pelvis, you can use this like triangular shape, and find that center line as well for when you're doing gestures like I was showing you earlier. Alright, let's go on and do a few more. I got 4 in already. Let's do 4 more. I'm gonna go back to a 5 just because I like that size. Alright, so let me think of another pose. Alright, this one's the one that popped into my head. This isn't gonna go well, but I'm gonna actually take this in. I might need to change my nib soon. Alright, if I remember correctly, this knee was higher than this one at this point, but this gets foreshortened and ends up being like this, probably even more actually. I could probably pull this leg in just a bit. Alright, and then this arm is coming up and then in. This arm is going back and then up. It's in and then out. Alright, so I did run out of time, but I do want to finish. The thing that I'm going to quickly change, and then I'm going to look at my reference, is the size of this upper body. And I'm also going to pull this leg back this way just a bit for the center of gravity. Alright, so I'm going to check my reference. What's up, Coop? Let me see here. That's not bad. So some slight changes. The head goes like this. Other than that, it's not bad. I'm actually very proud of that effort. This reference I will show y'all real fast, just so you can see, like, this is one of the harder poses. Why would someone be obsessed with someone? I'm not sure how to answer that. There's a lot of reasons. If you want something for material for like a manga, obsession can sometimes stem from substance misuse issues. It can stem from unresolved childhood trauma. It could stem from unresolved attachment issues with parents. There's a lot. Sorry, let me see if I can find where this is on my computer. I might not be able to find it. Nope, not that. If I can't find it in a second, I'll just, I'll have to show y'all another time. Body references, maybe? Nah, I don't think I have it on this computer. It's on my other one. Yes. Alright, let's do... yeah, I guess since I just kind of like glanced at it and it made me think of it, so I'm going to do just a regular standing pose, 3/4 view from imagination. Well, I shouldn't say imagination. This is from memory. Forgot to set my timer. I'm going to do that really fast so I don't get stuck trying to perfect this. I don't like the hips. This one didn't come out as good. I can already feel it. So let me pull this up and correct it. And it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still not great. This is something I consistently get wrong when I try to draw from imagination, is the line is like right in there, like the horizon line. So this would mean that the shoulders go from here to here. I always draw it like this, and it makes the perspective confusing. And the same with the rib cage. Like this part of the rib cage over here is going to be slightly lower, so I have to remember that when I'm drawing from imagination and put that into my my library. All right, lesson learned there. Even the eyes are going to follow that same perspective. Alright. Few more. How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alrighty. What's another one? Oh boy, what is another reference that I used to use? There were so many that I used to do. This one's super dynamic, but I'm gonna try it. Don't really expect to get this one right. Oh, I keep forgetting to start my timer. I know, right, Coop? I don't know what's happening with my channel. It's just kind of been in an upward trend for the past few weeks that I just never thought would come. So yeah, thank you all for all the support and everything. It really does mean a lot. It's like, it's crazy to think that it's a real possibility that before this year is over with that I could have 1,000 subs. It's just like insane to me. especially at the rate we're going. If we keep going at this rate, I'll have 1,000 subs this time next month, I think, because I got over 250 this past month. It's just nutty. All right. This leg comes up. And, I mean, this isn't really possible as far as the human body is concerned, but this is ugly. This is by far the worst one. I don't like it at all. This arm is coming forward. I think the head could probably be tilted down just a bit. And this arm is going this way. This leg is bothering the crap out of me. What is that leg doing? That leg is... I have to look at the reference. This month was popping off for you, but I'm wondering if you'll hit 1K by the end of the year. I don't know, man. If I keep this trend, then yeah, I will. I'll hit 1K by the end of next month. I mean, I don't really foresee that being the case, but I've been saying that for a few weeks now, that I didn't think that things would last the way they are. So, who knows? Where's this reference at? It's this one. Okay. So one thing that needed to change is this is a lot rounder this way. And then this leg is a little off. It wasn't that far off, but it was a little off. Oops. So I'm going to correct this so I can put it in my memory bank. So it goes this way and then like this. And the head comes down even further, and this arm actually comes back a little bit more than I have it. That arm over here is fine. This leg's fine for the most part. Maybe it could possibly be a little longer, but I also don't know if the proportions for this character that I'm looking at are 100% accurate. Let me see something here. Yeah, no, his leg, his upper leg is too long. So this is more accurate, actually. Cool. So let's minimize. Then you can make some money. I would have to still get the 4K hours, but maybe by the end of the year I could do that. And I mean, even though I would make money, it wouldn't be that much. It'd probably make a few dollars a month, but it's a start. All right, we'll do one more body from imagination. Oh yeah, we'll get some hours in. I'm not too worried about it. It'll come. Alright, I'm going to do one more pose from imagination really fast. Trying to think. I might do another Beast Gohan for shirts because I like the illustration that I finished, but I want to have one that's a little more plain for when I do shirts. I want it to be like all the way down. So I'm going to practice a pose for that right now. And then I can look up a reference in a bit. Alright. I want to make this a little more lively. Alright, remember. Horizon line is here. Alright, I'm not gonna... That would be wild. How many, what? It would probably take about, that would be 1,000 people watching 10 hours in one day. Right? Is that right? No. Sorry. 1,000, what am I saying? That'd be 10,000 hours. Oh my gosh, I can't do math. That's what happens when it gets late. That would be 400 people watching 10 hours in one day. Poof. Can't do math. Alright, I need to pull this up. Probably make his head smaller. Yeah. That is true. I never thought about that. That would be pretty cool. So shoulder. This comes down further than this. This arm, upper arm, is coming slightly towards us. And this one is coming down here. Something like that. And this arm. This one's going away from us. And am going to pull this leg out further than it was, and that's too much. All right, let me check my reference here, or a reference. That's not bad. I like the way this reference is, so I'm actually going to steal it. Perfect. All right. Let me go back to here. So, one thing I can change really fast though is I can pull this down just a bit more, and we've got this, so we need that. Ribs are a little long. This needs work over here, but that's anatomy. I'm not going to worry about anatomy here today. Proceeds to draw more anatomy. Alright. So these are my imaginative figure drawings for today. I'm going to continue to work on this, and I'll do more dynamic figures and things like that as I get better at this. I think my best one's this one, actually, which doesn't have a reference to like make sure that I have it correct. I think one thing that I need to change about it is this upper leg. Probably needs to be out to closer to here. Is that right? Nah, I think it was fine the way it was, actually. Let's see here, and then here. So the way to check that, yeah, so it is a little on the short side. So instead of changing that one though, what I can do is I can change this just slightly. Okay. So yeah, yes it is. You can go on a different layer. That's how I measure things sometimes. That's how you can check yourself, is go on a different layer, take it, and then pull it over. So let's see now that I did that slight correction. Let's see if it's... Yep, that works. From the top of the knee to the bottom of the heel. Top of the knee. This limb over here is slightly long. So to correct that, what I would do is make this foot smaller. Pull this up just a touch. But yep. Alright, what time is it? 9:55. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Oops, that is not what I wanted. Actually, that is cool. Let me check this out. Sorry, I probably made somebody dizzy out there. I mean, honestly, this is probably my best one. This is the most balanced one, regardless of where it's at. But let's look at the spoils of war. I need to practice these poses a little more because they're still just... Like, this one's better. This is just a little bit stiff. Yeah, these aren't bad. This is a good first day of doing that, but this is what I'm aspiring to get to. So that's like the goal when you're gesture drawing, is to get to a point where you can recall gestures from memory and get them just as good as these ones are. So that's the goal that we're gonna go for, peeps. And once I can do that, like, comics should go like that, at least webtoons. I'll just use webtoons as a way to practice my imaginative drawing at night, and start posting my webtoon. So, alright, well, that's going to do it for today. I do appreciate all of you for stopping by. Again, like, appreciate all the love that you all have been giving me. It's been fantastic. Yeah, I've been, it's just been I guess the only word I can think of is like blessed. It's been like a blessed month of YouTube. It's been a lot of fun seeing the growth, though I don't always expect that kind of growth to be there. I do need to appreciate it while it's here, so I appreciate all of you. Oh, I will. Thank you, Coop. I'll be sure to take care of myself. Oof. You do the same. And I'll see y'all Thursday. I'll stream again Thursday night. Alright. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.